Hello, and welcome to Inside Marcy's Mind. My name is Marcy Backus, and I am your host. Well, welcome back. You may hear some major jet noises in the background. It is, well, for my video people, this is where I live, downtown Chicago, and it is the air and water show this weekend. So the jets are zooming by our buildings and heading out to the lake, which is right here, and I'll go there. This is practice, and I'll go at 3 o'clock today. But I want to welcome you back to Inside Marcy's Mind, the show where I share the deep philosophical wisdom I've gathered from years of life experience. And by philosophical wisdom, I mean mostly sarcastic observations about how ridiculous life can be. And that is, I am nothing but sarcastic in my life. Today we're talking about vacation mode. You know, the mythical state of relaxation you're supposed to achieve the second your feet hit the sand or the hotel lobby. Except for in reality, it takes the first 3 days of your 10-day trip just to remember how to breathe normally. I mean, nothing says relax like frantically running through the airport in flip-flops, holding your iced latte, like it's a medical device keeping you alive. So I've got some tips backed by experts and sprinkled with my own real-life commentary on how to actually enjoy your vacation instead of treating it like a competitive sport. But before we get to that, I will update you on me. Life is going well. I got great news that I no longer have a blood clot. So talk about traveling. I had a blood clot in my leg from traveling, and unfortunately, due to some other of my medical issues, I cannot treat a blood clot. So I just have to pray and hope it doesn't break off, go to my lungs, and kill me. So it is good news to know that it is no longer there. We survived this one. We've got a plan for traveling because I've got a lot of traveling coming up, heading to Arizona next week. So I'll be coming to you from Arizona, or I may do it the night before. Here. I will be going then to the state of Washington for a wedding, and then I will be going back to California to see Kyle, and then I will be going to Ireland. So I had to get a plan together with my hematologist on how to best treat me so that I could live my life and not just sit in this room. So we've got that under control. The next thing I wanted to talk to you, talking about my intro of running through with your iced latte. So I finally joined the Stanley Cup craze, but a faux Stanley Cup because I'm not paying the price for a Stanley Cup. And I'm glad I didn't, because the reason I got one was I do have a cup similar. It has no handle. The one I have has no handle. The new one has a handle. And I thought, I have crunchy hands, as my nephew Alan, my great nephew Alan calls them. My hands are not great, so trying to hold on to a cup without a handle is hard for me. But little did I know that once you fill this sucker up with water, ice, and your whatever, I am a Crystal Light grape and fruit punch fan. Brings me back to my childhood, love it, makes me drink a lot of water. These things weigh a ton. Holy cow. Take me a sip right there. They're really heavy. It'll be good. It'll give my hands some strength. So I do like it. It works great. Going on a little road trip with some friends this coming week. Here, heading to Michigan. What else? Air and Water Show. Craig and I are doing our Friday McDonald's lunch and then heading down to the lake to watch them practice. Life is good. I have a great life. I have no complaints. We've been looking at 2-bedroom units in our building. Nothing that floats my boat yet. We'll see. Looking at some properties when I go to Arizona. That may be another option. So, again, life is good. Life is full. And let's do this. Let's get this podcast going on how to relax while you're traveling. I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but it does with me. So hang in there. We're going to get started with that. So if you're on my YouTube, I do my editing as I go along because it works for me. So you guys get a little bit of editing time. We're throwing in our Interesting. We're going to have to look back and see. Oh, I did put that in the music bed. Okay, I put that in the music bed. There we go. So now you will hear our in-between music.
I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but it does with me. So hang in there, we're going to get started.
I noticed my music is too loud, so we're going to drop it. I taught myself how to do all this, by the way.
On how to relax while you're traveling. I don't know if that resonates with any of you, but it does with me. So hang in there, we're going to get started.
All right, so talking about slowing down, relaxing when we travel. So the first thing I'm going to tell you, and it's interesting, I did it today. The first thing I'm going to tell you sounds weird, but the more you think about it, it's going to make sense. Brush your teeth slowly. Now I want you to think about that for a minute. Think about how you brush your teeth. Brush your teeth slowly. According to a psychologist, Nicole Jane Hobbs, slowing down your most mundane tasks can help you relax. So think about it not just for traveling, but just in life. So yes, when you're being told to brush your teeth like you're auditioning for a toothpaste commercial in slow motion. I did it this morning, and didn't create any miracles in my life, but it was a little more relaxing. Now, personally, if I brush my teeth too slowly, my brain starts planning tomorrow's to-do list, redecorating my living room, and wondering if I should have gotten a different color nail polish. And that is a fact. If I slow things down too much, my mind, I am a happy wanderer mind. My mind will wander anytime anything takes too long. So you've got to find that balance. But I do get the point. Vacations are about slowing down, not turning every moment into a NASCAR pit stop. So if you can catch yourself power walking through the resort like you're late for a meeting, stop and stroll. Meander. Heck, limp a little if you have to. Your body, your blood pressure will thank you. So the first point of a relaxing vacation is to slow down. And that's why it takes 3 days to start feeling like you're decompressing. A main part of that is the slowing down. You want to, like it says, even in the airport, give yourself enough time. Craig and I are lucky enough to be able to go into the clubs and enjoy them. So I like to get to the airport early. I enjoy getting my cappuccino, my free cappuccino and my free breakfast. I mean, who doesn't like a freebie, right? Be ready to go. Get up early. Have your clothes ready. Be packed the night before. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in the next segment, so I don't want to get too much into it. But just think about slowing down, taking a breath, taking a beat. Prep like a pro. Etsy's trend expert says the secret is packing smart, and honestly, yes. Because nothing kills a vacation vibe faster than realizing you forgot your phone charger and now have to pay for $37 for one in the hotel gift shop. That is a fact. I forgot my contact case on my last trip. I don't know how I have one that lives in there. Maybe I thought I was going to replace it. I buy them in bulk from Amazon. $7 for a contact case. So I totally get it. So the pro tip is keep a little stash of travel-only essentials. Chargers, adapters, toiletries right in your suitcase year-round. I do. And as a matter of fact, it's come in very handy when I've been in the hospital, the emergency room the last couple times because when Craig comes home, I have it right here in this cabinet. It's in a yellow zip. It's in a gray zipper bag. Not that you need to know what color, but I like to be precise. Has my headphone. It has everything I need for travel. The cord for the car, if we're going to have Apple CarPlay, my cord, blah, 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 blah. But all I tell Craig is bring me that. And it has everything I need. So I do that. I keep my toiletries. And that's one of the things I'm going to do today. Go through my toiletries, update my travel bag, because with all the travel I have coming up, I want to make sure I have everything I need. So you don't want to be tearing through the house screaming, where's my curling iron? Where are my cords? Like a bad reality show contest. You just don't. You don't. You want to be prepared. I've done several podcasts on packing. You all know that I pack carry-on only with a backpack that has wheels that goes with that. It makes a little stacking set. One goes, when I travel with Craig, I have one that goes overhead, one that goes under the seat in front of me. My purse fits in that, so I have 2 items. When I travel without Craig, because my shoulders are wonky and my hands are wonky, I do check my carry-on, but it still is, if push came to shove, I can bring it to the gate and have them check it there. I can get it through TSA. It is approved, it's small, it's everything. So the next thing is bring your emotional support items. And again, we're talking about how to get into vacation mode quicker than waiting the 3 days that the experts say it takes. So whatever you pack, Joanna Gaines travels with her favorite candle. I love this idea because yes, sometimes your vacation lodging looks quaint in the photos, and then in person you realize quaint is a code for smells faintly of wet carpet. I don't know where Joanna Gaines vacations, but a lot of places frown upon open flames. So, take a diffuser, take your essential oils, take something. I do realize that fragrance puts people in the mood. In the summer, use coconut perfume. I use every perfume that I use smells like a vacation. So again, pack whatever makes you feel at home. Your slippers, your favorite blanket, maybe even your own pillow. Maybe not your coffee maker unless you want TSA to have some follow-up questions. But you get what I'm saying, is those things at home that make you feel comfortable, pack. I take slippers. I love slippers. I don't like walking on carpet in hotel rooms. I like slippers, so I always take slippers. Create a ritual. Travel expert Samantha Brown says you should have one small ritual on vacation, like starting every morning at the same coffee shop or reading on your balcony. And the reason I like this one is because you get a little anchor in all the chaos. And if you're like me, it also ensures you don't spend every morning Googling best brunch spots near me while your blood sugar plummets and you become an unhinged version of yourself. So if your hotel, let's say, has breakfast included, start every day the same. Go down and get your breakfast. I've done this on many a vacation and I love it. When we were in Hawaii, I would go down and have breakfast every morning on the patio, and the waterfalls and the ocean and just the whole thing. And it gets you into that vacation mode before you head off into doing all of the things that you do during the day. The next thing is set a clear work window. Now, here's the controversial part. They say it's okay to check in on work. Yeah, sure, if you want to. But the trick is to have a time limit. I disagree with this. I think we are too connected all the time. I think when you're on vacation, you should never check in at work. If it's something you have to do, create a window every day, do it, have a time slot. When that 15 minutes is up, be done. Walk away. You can wake up, go to the coffee shop, sit and do 20 minutes of emails, what have you. But again, I really struggle with this one. I just say no. But if you have to, you have to. Create a time limit, create a window. Don't let it ruin your vacation. I especially think if you have kids. Craig has done a little bit of work while we've traveled as adults. Doesn't bother me. He does it. He fits it in. It's not a big deal. It never inhibits anything that we're doing. But if you have children, be present for those kids. Craig, when we had the kids, never took business on vacation. Never, ever. And it made a big difference. He also never brought work home. I will say that about Craig. I know that's different nowadays with work at home, but we didn't have the constant connection to work, and I think it's okay to not be constantly connected. If they're paying you from 8 to 5, that's when you should be working. And if you're on vacation and you're using your PTO, they shouldn't be bothering you. And if you are, you should be making the big bucks. So I'm just going to put that out there. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb, delete the work apps, turn off notifications, and see, this is what I believe. That way, the only alerts you get are the good kind. Like happy hour starts now, the buffet has fresh donuts. Log into your resort, log out of work. Trust me, Slack will survive without you for even a few days. You are not the duct tape holding that company together. Even duct tape gets some breaks. I'm telling you, people. This constant being connected to work is not healthy. So if you're retired like me, I do the same thing with the things that I volunteer. I am a volunteer at church. Craig and I, especially me, run a book club through church, a book group through church. I am the head of the stewardship committee, and we're starting that. But I limit myself that too. I'm not going to work on that all the time. When you're traveling, hit the spa. Yes, I said the spa. I always go. I get a massage. When the kids were young, we used to go to Hawaii every Thanksgiving. Craig had an office there. We'd spend the whole week of Thanksgiving there. And my biggest thing on Thanksgiving morning was to get a massage while the kids did surfing lessons in Kaanapali. It's the one place you can check your email without risking electrocution. Whether it's a massage, a facial, or this thing called the sound bath, which I'm pretty sure is just laying down while someone plays relaxing space noises, it's worth it. I've never done a sound bath. Sounds like a good idea. If you're on a budget, you can create your own spa moment. Put some cucumbers on your eyes. Just put yourself in the bathroom, in the bathtub. You may not have a bathtub at home, but you have one there. Just, again, unwind. Schedule a schedule-free day. Here's my favorite tip, and this is true. Make sure that you schedule in a day where you plan nothing. You sleep in, you eat breakfast in your robe, and you let the day unfold. If you make it to the beach, great. If you make it no further than the hotel bed with room service fries, that's also great. So Lynn and I, when we used to travel with the kids, we went to Disney World a lot. So we would do, I believe, 2 days at Disney World, and then we would have our pool day, our hotel day, where we didn't do anything. And then we always went, at that time there was only Islands of Adventure over at Universal Studios. The kids love that. We do an Islands of Adventure day. So we would usually have, I think, 6 days total, 2 travel days. But we always scheduled the kids a day where we didn't do anything. Where we did the pool at the resort, we enjoyed our resort. And it made a big difference. Another idea, grab a notebook. Interior designer Bobby Burke suggests sketching instead of journaling. Your hotel room, a beautiful doorway, some flowers. Now, I can't draw at all. If I tried to draw my surroundings, it would look like a toddler's art project gone wrong. But hey, the point is to slow down. So that's another thing, slowing down. All of this is about slowing down. Well, I think I've given you a lot to think about. The main thing is slow down as fast as you can on a vacation. Is that ridiculous? Put yourself in vacation mode. Get yourself ready. Put on that coconut perfume 2 days before you start your vacation. If you're doing a road trip, go buy your great snacks. Get yourself ready. Get your car ready. Make sure you're prepared. Don't run around like a chicken with your head cut off getting ready. Take your time to get ready. Plan out your clothes. Get the kids packed. We all have enough clothes to wear. We can pack days in advance. I hope this has given you some things to think about and ways to slow down for your vacation. So there you have it. Ways to actually enjoy your vacation without turning it into a frantic scavenger hunt. Remember, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to see every sight. Sometimes the best travel memories come from the unplanned moments, like laughing over a bad hotel coffee or watching a sunset that you didn't have to sprint to catch. So give yourself permission to slow down, skip a few things, and most importantly, pack your emotional support slippers. You will thank me. Remember, you can get all of my podcasts at insidemarcysmind.com. I also have another podcast, Aging Ain't for Sissies. On that podcast, we're going to talk about, what are we talking about on that one today? We're talking about the 10 best free or cheap online courses for seniors or retirees, keeping that education going. And that is called Aging Ain't for Sissies. You can get episodes of all my podcasts anywhere you get podcasts. You can get them on my website, Aging Ain't for Sissies podcast.com, insidemarcysmind.com. Share this with your friends. Help me grow. Both of these podcasts are growing. We're doing great. I just want to keep growing. So I am now putting them, I have not done it yet. I've been videoing these. They will be on YouTube, so you can watch them on YouTube as well as listen. This has been Inside Marcy's Mind. Now go plan that trip and promise me you won't spend the first 3 days trying to decompress from packing. Life is too short and your pina colada is getting warm. Go out and do something positive.